Hello, everybody. Welcome to One More Turn Games. Here we are looking at a tabletop simulator mod of Ascendancy Underworld. We're going to look at this quickly together, and then we're all going to get into a live play with the developers, including myself. My name is Lucas. I am Delarchius on the Discord server and elsewhere. How about some introductions for the rest of our team here?
I'm Matthew. I made this game.
Hey,
I'm Jared.
Matthew.
Hi, Matthew. I just got done teaching this at Gen Con.
Right on. So Jared was one of our teachers at the most recent Gen Con. I'm going to try really hard not to move my TTS camera around too much. I know that can be a little disorienting when you're trying to watch it. So really quickly looking at the layout here, we see that there are 4 human players and we find ourselves in a dungeon. We're standing on this landing tile and we have the game board set up to play. And this is kind of just a little preview for Underworld. We are not going to be playing through Underworld for our live playthrough. And the reason for that is, as you can see, we've had some interesting workarounds for these dungeon tiles in Tabletop Simulator. They really do not work perfectly for all smooth TTS gameplay. They are functional. We do some internal playtests with these, but for the purposes of camera and showing off and stuff, we think probably best to leave this stuff behind the curtain for now. Matt, do you want to hit a key fun point about Underworld? Maybe your
This
favorite part about it?
this system you're showing of these tiles that rotate was originally designed for a totally different game, um, like a village building and crafting game. And then just randomly, I was like, well, what if it was a dungeon? And because we were struggling with coming up with the design for the dungeon, originally we had like a fixed board that just had like 6 squares or rectangles on it for 6 like fixed rooms, and you would have to journey kind of from one to the next room, and there wasn't a lot of exploration. You could just kind of see everything was right there on the fixed board, and then if you went to a different dungeon, you would go to a different board. This design um, is fully, dynamic, so every dungeon is totally different, every layout is different. Um, and the rotating ended up just being a cool thing to change up how you might explore. And what I like about the triangle design is everything is essentially an A/B decision. So once you place the tile, it's a three-way decision. Which side do you want to connect? But after that, then it's only a two-way decision of which direction you want to go from there. And I like limiting the decision space because Ascendancy, being that it's such a wide game as far as your actions available, anytime you're presented with what do you want to do, I think it's really better for reducing your analysis paralysis if every decision can be reduced to as few decisions, like sub decisions, if you will, as possible.
Yeah, I agree. That was kind of the broad design philosophy for Underworld, wasn't it? Was how do we refine all of the complexity from the original game into those kinds of interesting, more binary decisions and so on.
Yeah,
So
like
mm,
yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna do a transition here. I've reloaded now. We are in the base game Ascendancy mod. Now this is a free mod available to everybody on Tabletop Simulator. Tabletop Simulator is a paid game. I believe it costs $20 on Steam when it's not on sale, and it gives you access to 1,000,001 games. And we have a free mod up there that you're welcome to download at any point. For anybody that has struggled with troubleshooting, I will really quick point out this mod caching checkbox. This is the first place to come to troubleshoot. If you're struggling to load this, if some of the assets aren't coming in, you might turn this off, turn it on, reload it varyingly. That usually does the trick. And if it doesn't, come and join us in Discord. All right. Well, without further ado, I think we have to select our houses. Are the two of you able to select a house? Looks like Matthew has successfully chosen blue. And Jared, do you mind if we call you Jared?
Fine.
Okay. All right, I'm going to go for purple, I think. Oops. Boom. All right, so all three of us already know how to play this game. So this is not going to be a teach. If you're looking to learn how to play it, then I recommend maybe the Knights Around a Table video. Maybe we can link to that in the description of this. Yeah, we're going to play through as the experts that we all are. Something that I did, you will notice, is I gave everybody some starting legacy cards. So you have 2 recipes on the side of your house board, and then if you lift the whole stack of your empire column, you'll see that I added 1 already completed reward card. So when you unlock a legacy tech in your empire column, you have, in addition to your normal area effects and stuff, you may also have a legacy card. And also, while you're playing, you may be interested in unlocking one of the blueprints that you have on a not yet flipped legacy card. Sound good?
Sure.
I thought that would be a fun twist for us. So I think we should play Loyalty of the People, and I think we should play with the Nemesis. Anybody have any strong feelings about choosing our Nemesis player for House Red?
Not
Going
really.
once. All right, I'm going for the Radical because she's already kind of red themed. And do we have a mini for her? I don't think we do. All right, so Kojin Khan is the Radical. She has, let's play her on standard mode. She has 432. All right. And I said Loyalty of the People, and I vote we play full Secret Teams mode. It's always a good time. So I'm going to deal out these cards. We do not know who is who. So maybe to try and talk about what we're doing a little bit, just to not leave you completely in the dust if you're new to the game. Ascendancy is a scenario-based game, but it's not really a campaign game. I might better describe each individual scenario as like a separate game mode. So we're playing Scenario 1. It's called Loyalty of the People, and it's the simplest one. It's basically just victory point tracking, and loyalty up here on the tracker are going to be our victory points. And we're playing a kind of secret teams variant. So if you're looking at my screen, you can see that I am on this team. And I have 1 ally and 2 enemies of these 4 players. And the other interesting wrinkle, since we have 3 humans, we are also playing with 1 Nemesis player. Red is not going to be one of us. Red is going to be the game-controlled player. And I'm going to start by placing her workers really quick. I got 3, 5, 1, 3. So she rolled a 3 for Empire District, so I'm going to look at this here and see that she is targeting this hex is going to be Move Adventure. So without further ado, it looks like it's my turn first as the purple player, and I'm going for a build. By the way, I've already set up various other important bits. I've shuffled cards, and I set up the events. So we can, without further ado, just immediately get into placement here. And I encourage both of you to talk about what you're doing when you do it.
Are we playing? Sorry. So it looks like purple goes first, then
Mhm.
green, then red, then blue.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I just picked scout location because I would have revealed, but red already took it.
Okay. Well, I will point out that you cheated immediately by jumping the turn order, but it looks like no harm.
For some reason, I thought Jared was the second meeple. My
Mm.
mistake.
No, it's
I'm
all
a
good.
cheater.
All right, so
All
let's
good.
resolve. I need to pay 2 coins to get a skill that I'm going to immediately spend so that I can increase my cunning by 1. Go up to 2 cunning. And then I spend my ore to build Black Market, the first building on the board, which grants me. Oops.
I want to point
1.
out Lucas is in process of cheating right now. I did. Me and Jared did not resolve our actions yet.
Well, as you well know, unless there are conflicts, we always encourage people to resolve things simultaneously.
True. I'll just take a combat item, and that'll be it for me.
Jared's going for the
I'm,
acid flask.
I'm gonna target this location right here and claim this loot as my scout.
Hmm.
Draw 2 locations. And blue does not like to be next to red, so I will place purple.
Okay.
And I'll discard this one.
Would have been nice if
I'm
you could get the hex that Nemesis is targeting, but I guess the mountains are in the way for now. All right, D2. I'm last now, so green. Jared places first. And what I want
Place one
metal.
in skill for right now.
Skill is good. I'm thinking food for me. Oh, red is building. No, I'm definitely gonna patron then. Oh no, that's Nemesis player. Okay, it's food.
It's unfortunate that Nemesis grabbed that build slot.
Yeah. Well, you can oust him.
I'm thinking about that, yeah. All right, I'm gonna oust red.
Okay. I'm not gonna place anybody else. Jared.
Yeah, I'll pass.
Okay, so Matt's getting 2 workers in the supply. And now we resolve. I'm getting the food. Did I 5 decades, 3 humans? Yeah, I did it right. 5 decades, 3 humans. These should be 5, yes. Matt, you're resolving your build.
Yeah,
All
I'm
right, I'm going to give
spending.
you 1 upkeep and 1 loyalty. Because maybe we're on a team. I know which team I'm on, and it's the better of the 2 teams. I think we would all agree.
Neither confirm nor deny that just yet.
All right, District 3. Matthew does not have a loyalist anymore. Jared, you place first anyway.
I think I'm just gonna go for a hireling here.
Ooh. All right.
You could bump me.
I could, but surely not worth it, right? I'm going to go Monostone. And I'm ready to resolve. Because I've unlocked my mana bank, I'm getting 1 additional upkeep.
Can you also bump me up 1? I just took a mercenary.
And green is also going up 1. Oh, red is
Thank you.
Nemesis, so they don't have upkeep. All right, and then 4th and final most. What's on the top here? We got purples. Well, I guess I don't have to decide yet. Green, you are placing first. Green is going for the conquer. Damn. Is it still worth it if I don't get the first slot, I wonder? Risky. Definitely risky. I think I'm going to move adventure. My thinking here, by the way, if anybody cares, I'm at 2 upkeep. In order to unlock my champion, I'd have to go up to 3, which would be an additional minus for my income, which in my mind means if I lose the battle, it's that much worse for me. Because I will not only lose the battle, but I will also lose 1 income. So that is why I'm going for the different chance at a skill check instead.
All right. Well, I'm upgrading my settlement to tier 2,
Hmm.
and I'm gaining 1 loyalty.
I should have mentioned this earlier. When it came back around, I was going to place my horse under the move spot.
Oh, naturally. All right, are we ready to resolve? Matthew, looks like you already resolved. Red Nemesis player is going first. She's rolled a 3, which would be off the board, so she's coming here. She's discarding this loot token, and she is placing the first thingy, the first tile. Whoops. She's getting a new settlement, and that looks to be worth a mere 1 loyalty for her. Good news for us, unless you're on her team. Then am I next, I think? I'm looking at 2. I see 2 things I don't super care about. I guess this is better. I'm going there. And I'm getting an uncommon loot for my troubles. Oh, and I had to pay 1 food, of course, to move. And then, So now if I get this skill check, I'll gain regen on my champion, which is so strong, but it would put me in that same -1 income. Now I'm trying to decide if regen is worth more than 1 coin. I think it might be. I think I got plans. So I'm going to forgo my adventure. What are you guys doing?
I'm going to spend
Okay.
a food to go here. So let's put that back in the discard. Since I'm not adventuring, I just take the stack, and place it there. Take the uncommon token, place that down, move on it. And then, since I'm the only one conquering, I'll take 1 renown since I'm in that first slot. I'm going to pay 2 coins as an instant action to deploy my mercenary to my front row, which is a scrapper. Since I don't have any enemies, I'm going to take, or at least I'm going to reveal the top from the tier 1 creatures and throw in my front row.
Oh, you don't stand a chance. Scrapper v Chaos Minotaur?
It does have 1 more health. It's a little bit more beefy.
You don't stand a chance against this guy. Unless you're on my team, in which case I really hope you win.
Yeah, please pray for me. All right, so Minotaur's going to go first, has a higher initiative value. So Lucas, you can
Minotaur
roll that.
rolls. Ooh, a big 5.
Going to deal 2 inflict amnesia. We'll see what the scrapper rolls.
I'm going to get the amnesia just in case.
Oof. Okay, so it looks like he's automatically donezo for right now.
Oh boy, yeah, he suffered an additional damage. Well, a single turn, but because you were in the first slot, you are rewarded with a bonus renown because we are at least 3 human players.
That's true. I did already put in my little supply.
So you calculated that ahead of time.
Yeah, that's one of the better late changes in development I think we made to help with going first as a catch-up mechanic. Because Jared was in last place because he didn't build, he was able to place his lord first, and as a result, he was able to get that bonus.
Yeah, it's worth it. 2 coins for 1 loyalty.
Yeah.
I mean, renown.
All right. Everyone else did all their stuff, or Jared, you also moved already?
Yeah.
Okay. In that case, we're going to the income end of decade step. Because of my careful calculating, as only House Rasputin can do, I will earn 1 coin instead of 0.
Currently poor.
And it looks like Matthew, congratulations, you have earned the crown.
Yeah. Can I shuffle these, or do I have to
No,
leave
they're
them as
already stacked for play.
okay.
Top card is top card.
All right, so I'm the crown. It says the crown may require players to pay them 1 coin to resolve patron actions at any district.
Damn it. That really throws a wrench in my plans.
So, patron to your heart's content, fellas.
Yeah, that Smuggler's Cove was looking pretty good. I'm gonna roll for Nemesis. I got 1, 4, 2, 6. Oh, look at that! Look at that!
Did 1, 4, 2, and 6.
Not awesome.
That's right. It looks like Nemesis is gonna be sieging the blue player here, right on their capital.
So, brilliantly, I planned ahead for this, and I've already upgraded my settlement, and I did not move.
Hmm.
So, I think I have a fair chance of fending her off, but we'll find out.
Yeah. That's the beauty of plan ahead. And again, either I hope you're destroyed, or I really hope it works out for you, depending on the team composition, as yet unknown.
I do enjoy a good siege defense.
Yeah. All right. Somebody put all of the Nemesis workers in. Awesome.
Said 1, 1, 4, 2, and 6.
Yes. Oh, whoops. Okay. Cool. So, Decade 2. Green player is placing first. Oh man, I really wanted an item there. So, Matthew,
Hmm.
I understand that owing to the power of the patron tax that you're imposing on everybody as the crown player, that you can require people to pay you 1 to patron.
I could.
And I guess my question is, do you?
Well, I mean, you'd have to convince me that you're on my team.
I think maybe safer to go for a little reveal action here. Oh, you know what? I have this. And because of this, I'm going to start with scout location. And I'm going to invest my 1 influence to gain 1 upkeep, but also gain an additional outcast. Where are our additional outcasts? There we go. All right, so green, purple, red is already in. Blue places last. Blue patrons, I'm also going to reveal. I'm ready to resolve.
Good.
Okay. Lucas, are you going to charge me to use your black market?
I'll make you a deal.
Yeah.
If I don't charge you to use the black market, can I use your Smuggler's Cove in the next district?
Of course you could. You always the word of a pirate is, is like gold.
Okay, I guess we'll find out. So there we go. Let's resolve them. I'm targeting this beautiful gold rare loot with my scout action. And I think I will be placing... this is a toughie. I think I'm going to go for yeah, I think it's Tide Cove. Placing Tide Cove. Oh, hey, Jared, are you able to stream to Discord?
Yeah, I've already been.
Oh, okay. It just occurred to me that I have it recording on OBS, but I was not doing the live one.
All good.
So that was for Scout, and now I'm going to reveal the first creature. It looks like we got a blue. And when I do that, I get to identify a loot, and don't mind if I do identify this rare loot that immediately gains 2 renown. Must be nice. Well, that changes everything. All right. Is everybody resolved on D1 here?
Before I build, I'm gonna spend skill as an instant action to bump myself up 1 on cunning.
Naturally. Naturally.
And then I will build my tier 1 hunting camp.
I've just realized that I have my little face in the corner of this video the whole time. I feel like that's not necessary, so I'm going to disable that so that it's just the TTS view. But if you miss me, I look mostly the same as I did through the whole first few minutes of this video.
And there's another instant action. I'm gonna slot in my food cube for my hunter champion as well. And I'm all done.
All right. That was build. So, Matt, you get to patron the black market. Did you already do it?
Nope. So the 2 cards I'm going to send to the black market are these 2 legacy cards.
Mm-hmm.
So now these are part of the black market. If that gets upgraded, people will be able to purchase these from there. But for now, I'm going to get 2 coins for each of those.
Black market OP with with starting legacy cards, huh?
Yes, taking full advantage.
Especially as a pirate.
Yeah.
I'm done.
All right, District 2, it looks like I get to place first now. And I sure am thinking about patroning the Smuggler's Cove, assuming it's still free.
Gil.
All right. And Matt?
Yeah, I'm just thinking. All right. All right.
Matt, that four coin gain was enormous.
Just trying to figure out how I can build this Smuggler's Cove. It's any item and 2 black. If I buy an item, it's 3. And a black. I think I could do
Yeah,
it.
you'd have to sell resources.
Yeah, I guess it's not worth it. All right, I'll just go for the food.
All right. All resolve?
Yeah.
Red player is discarding a knowledge. I am drawing a coin for using the Smuggler's Cove. Would have been nice if it was upgraded. So I see 2 discarded, 1 green, 1 black, and I can pay 3 to keep them, or I will not pay to keep them, and instead I will return them to the district to gain 2 additional coins. So you're welcome.
Generous. Thank you.
Restocking on everybody's behalf. Very selfless of me. And I would like to pay 3 while the paying's good to get a skill cube. And then I'm ready to move to the next step here. I believe I'm still placing first, so I'm going to take my loyalists, and I'm going to build.
Go into quests.
In order to build, I know I'm going to have to spend a skill. to go up 1 intellect. Hmm.
Actually, yeah, let's do this.
Hmm. All set to resolve here?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. Green, Jared is getting a quest as draw 2, keep 1. I'm building, I already upped my skill. I do not need to pay an ore because I'm in the bonus slot, so I'm just going to activate my monostone to build the laboratory, which will grant me 1 and 1. The laboratoire.
All right, I'm patroning the Mystic,
Hmm.
and I'm going to use the ability to not look at your rolls, but to identify my 2 loot.
Hmm.
Oh, I got faded. That's great.
Now that I have 2 already for District 4, oh, I'm not in last anymore. It looks like Jared, you're placing first. Faded, I think you might kill this nemesis, Matt.
Conquer.
Conquer. I think I'm gonna upgrade. Where's my meeple? I'm gonna upgrade. And then I think I'll move after the upgrade. That seems good. Oh, well, yeah. Somebody else is placing first.
So I think you pulled ahead of me in loyalty, right, Lucas?
Yes. Sorry. So you're right. You get to go first.
I'm gonna go
You're
for
on upgrade. Oh, no.
Guess to complete the trifecta, I also cheated there too. Sorry.
um. What do I want? I guess a tier 2, some loots is not bad, but that's like my worst thing. Alright. I think I'm gonna move adventure. Whoop. Alright. Anybody else placing? Matt, you also moving?
I'm not moving. I'm staying right where I am.
Smart. This is going to be a dramatic decade, I think. So let's resolve. Matt is upgrading. Green is moving.
Just gonna move here for free.
Before I execute my move, I'm going to use my 2 renown that I've accrued to ascend my empire to tier 1. So I'm going to gain 1/1, a loot, and a thingy. I gain a normal loot. Crucially, I need to do this before I move my avatar. So the Empire Ascension gets me 1 and 1, and the settlement is getting me 3. 1, 2, 3. And I now have the Way of Schemes. Jared, you already moved?
Yeah, just up there.
I'm coming over here. I'm taking an uncommon loot and 2 yellow tiles. Is interesting. A quest or ore? I'm going for the ore for sure. I'm rolling cunning with my purple die. Oops. I rolled a big fat 2, but I have 2 is 4. So I do get one free ore. Doesn't that feel nice? All right, all moves are ready. It's battle time.
Yeah.
It
Green, you
looks like
finished your move and everything, and your conquer.
Yeah. I'm not the
Okay.
conqueror yet, though. Sorry. Do that now.
oh,
So
Jared,
get around.
you got a rough matchup here.
I think I might
Huntress.
have calculated this in my mind. There's only one way this can go terribly wrong. Hunter's gonna go first. I'll spend one stamina to do shoot. Since it's purple, it'll take an extra damage. We'll see the result though.
Well, he has
Since
rolled 6. However, the
yeah,
crucial acid flask.
which I will just use now. So for the rest of the combat, it'll ignore its armor, so it'll take 2 for right now, 2 damage.
Yep. That was
And
exactly
then if you
what
could
you
roll
needed.
the Minotaur attack.
Minotaur attacks and rolls a 1 and misses.
Nice.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Let's go to the top of the round. I'll generate back up to 3, and I'll use another shoot for 1.
Here it is. Boom. Big fat
Wow.
1. Flawless
Nice.
victory. So, interestingly, I just looked at the types and saw you have type disadvantage. So you're done for. But the use of the special battle item that you got really made an enormous difference.
Working out pretty well.
Well,
That makes up for the first time.
yeah. I guess you've scored back. And now looking over here, Matthew is battling against the Ruthless. Did you get her health?
So she has 1 loyalty.
Mm.
So she has a base health on standard mode of 4.
Mm-hmm.
So let's precede her health up to 5.
Well, it's 1 per allied player, right? And there are 2 players allied against her. So I think she has
Yes.
6 health.
Okay.
But
So
I
I'll just
think
put the health on her, and I'll remove it as she takes damage.
yeah, I think the tier 3 fortification makes this a cinch.
We'll see. All right, so she has initiative. She goes first. So she rolls the attack.
All right, ready? She rolls a 1.
All right, so she's going to hit the fortification.
Yep, but only for 1
That
damage.
only targets fortifications. And now she gets her second attack.
Second attack, another 1.
Okay.
Not looking good.
I can't clone that, so I'll grab this one.
Oh, let me
And-
y'all
All
are
right,
promoted.
now it's my turn. So I'm going to do my regular strike for 3.
Oops.
Wait, wasn't that a 3 the first roll?
It was a 3 the first roll. I like to hit it twice, once while it's in the air, but I'm ready to rule that the first roll was valid.
All right, so she's taking 1 damage. And my fortification can't do anything because it doesn't have any stamina yet, but now that it's end of round, it'll go up to 3,
Mm-hmm.
and we start the new round.
Yep, your smuggler goes up to 4 as well.
Yep. Now, I could use the meat shield ability of the fortification to swap and castle up, well, opposite of castle up, put my smuggler up front in front of the fortification, but then he would get frozen. And he doesn't have faded anymore. He just
Right,
used
yeah,
an
you
ability.
lost faded because he attacked.
So I guess the risk if I don't do the meat shield is my fortification would need to take 4 damage to be destroyed.
Which ends the battle, I will remind you.
Yeah. But I don't think she's likely to do that in one double hit. It's possible.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to roll the dice, so to speak, and I'm not going to use meat shield. I'm going to hold out for the siege break.
Well, meat shield is a tactic, so you get to see what she's going to roll first. You can always change your mind because she has rolled a 6.
And gains haste.
Well, haste, conveniently in this case, not really affecting anything because she was already the fastest unit.
Yeah.
But she did deal
All right.
2 damage. Ready?
So now she gets her second attack.
Second attack is a 1.
Okay. Still alive.
Still alive.
Just barely. All right. My smuggler's turn. He is going to strike.
He
Um,
strikes.
I think did I miscalculate? Yeah, I was supposed to be at 5 stamina.
Right, because you only used 3 the first round, and I think you had
Yeah.
it at 0 after the first round. So I think you're
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
You should be at 5.
Not that it matters much. All right. So roll the resist, please, for her. All right. She
No
takes 1 more
resist.
damage. All right. So at the end of the round, fortification crucially goes up to 5,
Hmm.
and that will allow me to end the siege with my fortification right away. Force my enemy to retreat to a friendly settlement. So I'm going to send her back where she came from to her embarkment.
Nice. And
That's,
now that she's going to end up changing her health, but she does have 2 damage on her, is how much you dealt in that battle. So I'm going to do it like this. I'm going to keep the 2 damage on her, and we'll recalculate her health whenever it comes up.
yeah. Would have been great to defeat her because she does provide a big fat 5 renown,
Yeah.
but it was not to be.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It came close. You know, you were 1 item away, maybe. All right. Wrapping up Decade 2, we go to the end. Look at this. Look who is somebody has skyrocketed into the lead over here. It looks like. I guess it's not important who, but looking at income, in spite of being so far ahead, I am not gaining any income.
I am gonna do some instant actions at end of round or end of decade if that's all right.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna ascend first.
Uh-oh.
Oops, I will fix that in just 1 second. Do not worry about that right now. So I'll establish this, go up a loyalty,
What will you
going
get?
up
Looks like
upkeep.
2. So are you also
Be able-
placing your settlement?
Yes, I will
All
do
right.
that
So
up
I'm
here.
bringing you up to 4 loyalty. And I'll tell you what, I'm going to fix this stack because I kind of created this mess.
Should be. I think I was at 2, 1, 4. Oh, never mind. No, that's correct. Sorry about that.
I don't know what happened to the rest of these. There we go.
Yeah, I tried to look at the special legacy tech you gave earlier, and I ended up accidentally blowing up this stack. So sorry about that.
That's okay.
Thank you.
It is fixed. All right. Did everybody get their income?
Should get 1 after ascending and whatnot.
Yeah.
All right. Now the new law is mine to read as the new crown. But it is, oh no, a decade of dissent. For each action I resolve at the frontier, I must pay 1 to the player with the highest cunning, which is green.
Hmm.
This sucks.
I guess I control the forests now.
Ugh, I have 2 outcasts as well.
Nemesis also gets some loyalty.
Oh, from the event, you're right. Nemesis gains 1. Brutal. Green, what do you have? Okay. Oh, I had to pay this food. I don't think I did. Man, this is tough. Quick look through my available options here. Oh, you gave me You gave me a red.
All
Alternatively,
right, I'm gonna roll for red.
Forgot I had built that.
It's a 6, 4, 3, 1.
6, 4, 3, 1. All right. Backing up, it looks like blue is placing first. We are in decade 3.
I'm going for an item.
Man, I'm getting creamed. Green
Patron
player?
action.
I think even though it's costing me 1, it is still worth this.
I think it's very worth it.
So what can I do here? I have 2, 4, 6. I need... I probably need too much. All right, I'm not placing.
It's only 1 coin.
Yeah, but what am I even gonna get out of it?
No, that's fair.
I forgot to recharge my mana stone.
Matt, would you like to place anyone else?
Nope.
I'm gonna place my loyalist in the reveal.
All right, get your stuff.
All right.
Get your stuff, stuff getters.
So I placed a higher tier worker. I'll look at the top 2, see which one I want, and throw it back in. Go 1 of each. Go to the bottom.
Blood Imp.
All right, I'm gonna place first for phase 2.
Also gonna identify this uncommon loot token and take a quest. Well, and then I will also patron the hunting camp up here as well. Sorry, I'm going a little slow. So I'm gonna apply tame to the blood imp, and then I will also discard it for a loot token. So it becomes tamed and gets put in my tableau. So that's going to bump me up 1 upkeep, and then I also get renown equal to the sum total tier of tamed creatures I control, thanks to that Empire tile I got earlier.
So Jared is on tamed combos right now. We got a tamed blood imp.
Well done there, sorry about that.
All right, that was backed up. Now we're in District 2. Matt has already placed.
Did you discard that tamed blood imp?
Yes.
To gain a loot?
Yeah.
Okay, so he goes back in the tray, right?
With tamed, I think he still becomes.
Yeah, he tamed.
Yeah.
I thought he's discarding him.
Tamed is whenever you discard or defeat it, it becomes yours. So he has successfully tamed a tamed creature using the hunting camp.
All right.
Matt has already placed, so Green's place for District 2.
If I use Smuggler's Cove, do you want a coin?
Unless you can convince me you're on my team.
No, I feel like I could donate to the cause.
All right.
I'm going to oust red. For knowledge. Would anybody else like anybody here?
I'm gonna also build
also build.
And I'm gonna buy an ore.
I'm going to place this guy here. You're gonna build, Matt?
Mm-hmm.
Is Tier 2 Smuggler's Cove also food and ore?
Uh,
I'm gonna look at it. No, it's any resources. I'm also going to patron.
Is it
Alright.
just that good of a deal?
It's a good deal.
So we can resolve, right?
Yep. So I'm getting a knowledge, and because I use my loyalist, I'm also getting a coin. And then Tier 2 Smuggler's Cove is coming out.
I'm discarding my item as a cost for building the Tier 2 Smuggler's Cove. Yeah, let's... No, I don't, sorry. Gonna slide this up. Pay my ore. Relocate this on top of this. And give myself 1 loyalty and 1 upkeep. And that's the end of my build.
All right, I'll take the first patron. Matt, I will graciously pay you a coin.
Thanks.
I'm gonna take a skill. I think I'll just take 2 skills and put them back into the supply and get 3 for that. I'm all done. Should also gotten 1 bonus from being in the first patron. Sorry about that.
I'm going to pay Matthew 1 coin. You're really hoarding over there. I'm going to also smuggle skill because that's 2. That gets me 3. And then I'm immediately going to buy that one that only costs 2 on the top, netting me a skill and a coin.
And I forgot to take a bonus coin for using my higher tier worker at the supply.
Oh, well, that's only for these actions. But I'm happy to say...
You're right. You're right, my mistake.
Are we all good?
I'm good.
All right, so I don't have anybody to place for District 3, so I'll skip that.
All right. Green places first in any case.
I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna. Yeah, I'll just pass.
All right. I'm using my Lord for a build. So, red player is going to discard a monostone. I am going to pay 1 ore and 1 monostone activation, and I have to spend 1 skill to increase my intellect, which of course is here. Boom. And that gets me Tier 2 Laboratory, which gives me 2 additional loyalty and 1 additional upkeep. And this goes up. I think I've got to invest this. Yeah, for sure. To get forbidden knowledge. If you don't know about forbidden knowledge, whenever I reveal a tier 2 creature or identify a tier 2 loot, I gain a knowledge. And And that, with 4 intellect, is combos.
Really hope you're on my team.
Moving into the 4th and final district. Red player is... What did they roll? A 1, so they're just coming here. Green is next.
I will.
I'm gonna
Conquer
move
for there.
and adventure.
I think I'm content where I am. I am not placing.
Okay. So red discards the silver loot, draws and places a yellow, settles it.
Settles it. It looks like it's worth 3. 1, 2, 3. Red going up to 5 loyalty.
That was a good move for red.
Yeah. Really
Um,
cornering this northeast section of the map.
Now I'm gonna spend 1 food to move. Take this tier 2 loot. Draw 2 locations. Nothing great.
Jared, you have a battle to run here?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I can just do that now.
Why
Sorry.
don't we do that?
All right. So I will. I'm gonna pay 1. I'm gonna pay a common loot that I haven't identified yet to deploy the mercenary. And since he's a mite, he's gonna go into the front row, I believe.
Yep.
And then I will pull off the top, which is a green creature.
You're going tier 1.
Yeah.
I guess you only need
It
1.
also combos with my little passive from ascending earlier too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, the tier value. That's my bad.
Yeah, tier 2 is stronger, more. I mean, it's going to be tough.
No, that's fair. I think I am going to keep the tier 1 because it's green that satisfies this quest down here, placing a green in my... So we'll achieve that now and get 2 renown.
Awesome. That quest, by the way, is find a way to move onto a green location or place a green creature into your encounter zone, which he has done here.
Right, so in terms of ties, the defender is going to go first, so the locust will roll for attack.
Giant locust rolls a 2. Attempts to feed.
The mercenary is gonna roll its defense, which is 2.
Ooh.
Which is it'll suffer an extra damage.
Suffers 2 total damages.
Don't know why I pay this guy at all whatsoever.
He's absorbed like 7 hit points of damage.
And then go to attacker's side. Huntress will just use 1 stamina for a shoot on the locust.
Locust limits damage to 1, but you're only dealing 1 damage anyway.
1, and then Scrapper will go and attack next. So rolls a 2 for strike.
Hesitate versus elude. Next round.
So locust go.
Locust attacks and misses with a falter.
Huntress will should have gone back up, and he'll just use 1 for another shoot.
Takes
3.
less damage from intellect types, but you are a cunning type, so you've successfully defeated the giant locust.
So another 2 renown for that.
Here, as far as Underworld previews, one of the very few cards in the base game that references sacrifice. If you roll a 5 or a 6, target creature's controller sacrifices a green or a black, which is a much bigger effect in the upcoming Underworld expansion, where you'll be sacrificing stuff for value with House Drac.
Then I'm also going to ascend since I'm at 9 renown as well too.
Boy.
Go up 2 loyalty. Go up 2 loyalty, go up 1 upkeep, get a tier 2 loot and another settlement. But I cannot settle right now. Switch this. Move up. Stack. Alright, I'm good.
All right.
Are we on taking it out?
I think that's everything. It looks like blue player is in range of the area effect of the radical. Or no, we got mountains across you. I'm sorry. I take it back. So in that case, it's just income. I'm now at 5 minus 4 equals 1. At long last, I'm generating income. I would like to, before anybody else realizes what's up, pay 3 coins to buy the Tome of Identification. The Tome of Identification
I'll also take an instant action at this end here too. I'm gonna pay 3 for a knowledge cube, and then spend both that and a skill for a influence, and then slot the influence in the first empire slot, so I get to bump up my loyalist to a lord, and then also get 1 renown for that as well too.
Nice. Yeah, I'm going to do this just because I'm going to identify up to 4 loot tokens. I have 3. I'm getting a quest. And because that was an uncommon loot, I am getting a knowledge cube. Then I'm getting +1 cunning, which grants me another knowledge cube because it was also uncommon. And now I have eloquence, granting me 1 loyalty for every influence I have invested, which I have 1 at present. Continuing my identify, I have a common loot, which will get me another item, which I think is going to be the Cauldron of Alchemy for sure. It does not get me another one of these, but I would like to invest another one of these. For spell build. And these 2 are going to double reduce my upkeep. Single reduce? Right. Only 1 unlocked just now. Quest is whenever I flip an item to a scrap side, if I control 1 of each, I get to complete this quest. That's exactly what I want to do. That's amazing. All right, that was a lot of things for the end after income, but I'm ready to go to the coronation if you are. Boop beep. All right, I'm taking the top event. It is another Decade of Descent. Whenever I act at the frontier, or whenever a non-crown player acts at the frontier, they may draw a bonus item. So that's not as bad, but it does get the red nemesis an additional loyalty. We are
Don't get paid anymore.
Penultimate. So that could have been worse. Matthew, are you still with us? Did we lose you?
Yeah, I was just on mute. It got noisy in my house.
Oh. All right, I'm rolling for Nemesis. I've got 3, unless you've already done it. 6, 4, and 5. 5 appears to be upgrade for Nemesis.
So what were the numbers again?
Uh,
I heard 645.
yeah. All right, I think it's got to be a reroll.
Just roll again.
Yeah, this is just for the first district, and then 6, 4, 5. It's 1. All right. Awesome. All right, ready for place, Matthew.
Yeah. What's the event again?
You get a free item.
Okay.
I can't believe I'm doing this, but I think I've got to oust red from the item slot. Or I take that back. I take that back. I don't do that. Also, it's not my turn.
You're fine.
Green player. Now it's for me, and I would like to patron. And I think that's probably good.
Place. All good?
Yeah, I think so.
All right.
So whenever you guys do your thing, you also get to draw an item. So turn order matters there. So green player first, you're revealing a tier 2, and then you're getting to draw one of those.
Fright Gazer in the top. And probably take the Spyglass.
Yeah. Matt, you're patroning first. So you get to patron and you get an item as well.
So forgot to identify my loot tokens. I'll do the second uncommon, and I'll get to draw an item and a coin. Well, it's another item.
All right. I am going to patronize the black market. And when I do that, I'm going to sell these 2 cards to the black market for 4 total coins. And I'm going to
get a free check.
what did I do with my coinies? Uh-oh. I have disappeared coins somehow, and I don't know where or how.
You want another one?
Because I had 1 income, and I feel like I had 2. Anyway, I'm just going to pay 3 for this ice blood flask off the top. And then I'm ready to move on.
All right, yeah, I'm good.
All right. I'm gonna place.
Oops.
I'm gonna build.
We got build. Green.
1 second. I think there's any good technology out there.
And I'm buying a skill.
Also, as an instant action while I'm placing, I'm gonna use the Spyglass. I think it's worth it to peek at someone's card.
For sure.
Matt, I'm gonna take a glimpse at yours, your Alliance loyalty card.
Hmm.
All right, I have peeked.
How do you feel about it?
I'll say indifferent.
Okay. For viewers at home, Jared now knows what Matthew's hidden role is, but nobody else knows anything. So when there's 4 people, the single peek is really interesting because if you see somebody who's on your team, then you immediately know what all of the teams are, right? Because you're on your team, the other person you looked at is also, and then that means the other 2 are on the opposite team. But if you see the opposite, then the other 2 are still a mystery. I like that about this. All right. The 2 of you have placed. I'm going to also place. I think I'm going to go here. Yes. And I'm going to buy a food as well. So I'm ready when you are.
Hold on, coming back around. Turn order. Matt, did you want to place
No,
again?
I'm done.
All right, I'm gonna place a lord in the food.
Nice.
All right, now we all good?
Yep.
All right, so before resolving for the food, I'm gonna pay 2 for a food, and then get another food from my lord, and then I'll take 2 coins
Nice.
since I placed my lord there. All right, well good.
All right, I'm just getting an ore.
To get knowledge as well, and then as an instant action, I'm gonna drop that in the cunning tech tree and get a tier 1 tech. Take the spear.
The hunting spear.
Gonna bump myself up by 1 might.
Matt, are you
All
building?
good.
Yeah. So I was just seeing if I could help.
It gets
Trying
weird
to
how
help
it stacks
you.
the
Yeah.
cards sometimes. Sorry.
Yeah, you can turn off the snap on them.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, I can fumble with that if you want, just to save some time.
Okay. Matt, finish your build.
Yeah. Getting the ore. Going up to tier 3. Putting Smuggler's Cove. Discarding my item as part of the cost. And getting 3 loyalty for the build. And 1 upkeep. And I'm done.
All right, District 3.
I think I'm gonna pass here.
Okay. Matt?
Yeah.
So Jared,
Yes.
are you and I on the same team? Are you and Matt on the same team?
And he could tell you, but he might be lying.
Right, but
Yeah.
I guess what I'm trying to say is I'm prepared to start sowing some chaos.
Okay.
So this is like an invitation to plead your case.
I guess I'll plead my case by saying I all will also feel indifferent if you start causing chaos to Matt. That's all I'll say.
Okay. Interesting. I guess that doesn't really help me, does it? I guess the implication
Since
is
I'm
that the
supposed to be the
two of you
sneaky.
are not on the same team, but that does not in any way narrow down which of the 3. So, oh, my guy is still in here for some reason. So I'm going to place... I think I'm going to patron. And I'm ready to resolve when you are.
I'm ready.
All right, so red is discarding an influence. Matt's getting a monostone and 1 upkeep, and I am going to look at Jared's card.
Okay.
I'm using the Mystic. Okay. For the viewers at home, this is my card, and then this is Jared's card.
That entice you to cause chaos?
Hey, you know, I feel like I haven't yet decided the best way to communicate in order to get the outcome that I prefer. Moving into District 4, we have options. Jared is placing first.
Place my horse first.
I'll conquer. And try to get that
Conquer.
sweet, sweet one renown.
Okay. Well, I don't think it's going to make a huge difference. Okay. I'm not going to place in this district. Oh wait, I have a this guy. I'm never going to financially recover from this. I made a huge mistake. Oh, you know what I can do? I can adventure. That's a great idea.
Okay.
Background of me, I'll also conquer as well, and then I'm gonna spend. Is that 3? I'm gonna spend 3 for a skill, and 2 for an ore. Well, and just use the skill instantly to go up to 4 for right now.
I have an interesting
For
conundrum
conquer, sorry.
here in that I would like to use the ice blood flask, but because it's both positive and negative, I feel like it's not going to be clear what my intention is depending on what unit I use it on.
The fun.
Jared, can you imagine a use of ice blood flask for your battle that would be beneficial to you?
Let's see. So, if I remember the status effects correctly,
Frozen is basically skip your turn, and Empower is when you
yeah.
deal damage, you deal an additional damage. So it's a positive and a negative for this effect.
Yeah, I mean you can throw it on. Probably throw it on the Huntress. I have the damage soaker ready to
Okay.
go.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that then. I'm
That's
gonna
not
use
the
Ice Blood Flask to grant the Huntress Frozen and Empower.
not quite the chaos I expected, but interesting. Thanks, man.
Red is upgrading a settlement and gaining 1 additional loyalty. Boop. And then, oh no, it's not this one. She's upgrading this one. And it's actually 2 additional loyalty. All right, battles happen. Or
I gotta move first.
green moves
Gotta move
first, and
since
I'm going to
adventuring.
adventure as well. I'm just adventuring in place. I
I'm gonna
rolled a
spend 2
big
food to
fat
go back
6.
to Spartus.
6 plus 3. So I get it all. I get an ore and a quest.
So spending that 2 food completes my second quest. Find a way to move across 2 food spaces on the map within a single decade. So flip that for 2 renown. I'm also gonna place and settle at the space I just landed on. So since there's another red by it, that'll just be 2 loyalty, I believe. For that,
Well, you are blocked by mountains.
for the move, I went here first, and then I went there.
Yeah. No, I got the move. I was saying for the loyalty for the settlement.
Oh, so it doesn't apply for red. Gotcha. Sorry about that.
Right. Yeah, he's talking about the adjacency bonuses on the bottom here. So like this cares about it gets an additional loyalty if it's next to blue, which it does, but it does not apply over across mountains.
Thank you.
All right. Now battles happen.
Green, if you change your lift height setting, it'll be a little easier to place these thingies.
Yeah, the
Okay.
guy who's holding up a barbell
Thanks, man.
at the top ribbon.
Gotcha.
Right, did you already do your adventure, Luke?
I did, yes. I succeeded. I rolled a big fat 6.
Right. So I'm gonna conquer this faceless doll. Should be a cakewalk.
I agree.
So he's gonna go first. If someone could roll his attack.
4.
All right, I'm gonna use armor up to not take the damage, but I will still take the poison.
Right. We have an interesting interaction with hits versus damage taken. When you armor through something, you're still getting hit, and therefore the inflict status effect still happens.
Right, and
Even
I'm
though
doing
no
strike.
damage.
If you could roll his resist.
Now, strike. He rolls an elude.
Okay.
And at the end of the battle,
So
you
next
take
round, I'll
1
go up to
damage.
4. Yep. And now he's going to attack me again.
3 for
All
poison.
right. Again. All right. Well, I'll do that.
It is my great pleasure to remind you that poison stacks up to 3 times.
Yes. Thank you for the reminder. Because I said this would be a cakewalk, that's why I'm getting poisoned like this. All right, I'm striking. Please roll his resist.
No
All right,
resist.
that's more like it. He takes 1 damage. And now we go to round 3, and I take another 2 damage now for I'm pretty well poisoned. So I have to win this round, otherwise it's not going to be good for my smuggler.
Here he comes.
Please attack.
A poke.
All right, now the problem here is he gets bonus damage against blue, which I am. So I must, once again, armor up, but I'll still take 1 damage. Now, my final strike is my last stand. I need him to not roll a 5 or a 6.
You ready
Please
for
do
it?
the honors.
It's a fun.
No! He eludes once again my last hit, and the poison runs its course and defeats my smuggler. So
Brutal.
I did not win my combat, but I did get 1 renown for being on the first conquer slot.
There you go.
All right, I'm done.
We have another combat to run. This one is trickier. Wow, Fright Gazer is fast. All right, Fright Gazer is going first. It rolls a 6.
Ooh.
Tier 2 creature, man. You do get 2
So yeah,
resists with the scrapper.
that is true. Suffers extra damage.
So he's immediately defeated.
And then Huntress, I'm guessing too, can't use tactics since she's frozen, correct?
That is correct, yes. So unfortunately...
I mean, I could use the I don't even think it's worth using this right now.
No, I think Fright Gazer has one-shotted your team, unfortunately.
Yeah, I'll just take the L on this one.
Yeah, at least it was amusing.
Yeah.
Yeah, tier 2 creatures are significantly more difficult than 1. They usually require more than at least a tier 2 champion. Brutal. All right. For the end step, I've got a cool one. So I'm going to use my Cauldron of Alchemy to discard 1 food and gain 2 discarded ore. Because I have flipped a item to its scrap side, I now control 1 of each type of scrap. And that means I get to complete Diversify Collection, which grants me 2 renown as a quest I had. And at the same time, I also have a special purple ability in the Way of Schemes that I get 2 renown for each full set of scrap, which this also is. Boom, bringing me to 6 renown. Which is enough to ascend my empire, which I do. 2 loyalty, 1 upkeep. Bing bong, bing. A uncommon loot token and a settlement token. And now I have access to thievery. Ooh, I like that. And this turned out to be kind of a pain.
During this kind kind of like income step, I'm also gonna actually no, I don't think I can. I miscounted. I'm all good. Actually, no, I counted correctly. Sorry, I'm gonna send the next empire since I have 12 renown.
Nice.
Go 3 loyalty, up 1 upkeep.
I'm going to arrange my board the way that I like to do it in paper, with like items and stuff on the left side and text on the right side.
Get a tier 3 item. And also settlement mini. Establish this.
Anyway, completing that course I was going through, I'm using spell build before I place the settlement that I just unlocked, because now it'll be cheaper. It'll only cost 3 ore and a monostone activation to place a new settlement token right here on Isofar, which appears to be worth 3 additional loyalty. And I still have another settlement token in the bank ready to go as soon as I move. So take that. Furthermore, oh, this is good. This is good. I think I'm going to go in on some area effects here. So I'm going to use my one hanging, this guy, to get appraisal dens, which will reduce my upkeep by 1. And I think I should do this before income. So I have an area effect. Appraisal dens. Each of my purple settlements says any avatars of my choice within range may identify 1 loot. And Jared, I think you should be able to identify a loot as well as me.
Sounds good.
I'm getting 2 coins from that loot. And because it was an uncommon loot, I'm also gaining this last knowledge cube.
Identify my tier 3, so I get 1 loyalty and -1 upkeep for that.
Alright, now income happens for purple, and I am at +9 -4 for 5 net.
So that adjustment I'll get 2 then.
And all right, I think I'm ready to move to the coronation when you guys are.
I'm all good.
All right. The coronation happens, and if I'm not mistaken, yes, we have the Decade of Sacrifice. Each human player must sacrifice any one worker.
Now with having 4 cunning, I can choose to allow this event or not, or does that work for other types of events?
Yeah, that's a thing you could have done.
Uh,
You want to say that you did do that?
yeah, sure. I
That's
feel like we don't
fine.
want to lose a worker right now.
I have an extra outcast I haven't even really been using, so I don't mind at all. But so let's say you looked at that and then decided to bottom it. And instead, we reveal Frontier Tax. The crown may require players to pay them 1 coin to place outcasts at the frontier. Did we not have that? What did we have? Oh, patron actions. All right, without further ado, blue player. Oh, no, red plays first. Here come the numbers for red. Ready? 3, 4. Whoa. 5 and 5. 3, 4, 5, 5. 5 for red. Looks like another upgrade. And now blue player is placing. We are in the 5th and final decade. As a reminder, for anybody watching at home, this is effectively a victory points game where we're playing with secret teams. 2 of us have looked at one other person's team.
I think between us, we've figured out everything we needed to know, probably.
Or have we?
All right. My place there. For my placement, I'm gonna throw my patron for right now.
I'm going to go for item. And I think I'm also going to go for scout location if nobody else is placing. Resolve?
That's good.
All right, I will get Noxious Flask, very on theme for me as House Rasputin. And then I'm going to scout here with the hope of getting an additional loyalty for being adjacent on Isofar. I got these. So we're reshuffling the discard stack of hexes. I'm going to place Curiopia. And that gets Isofar is now worth an additional 1. Boom. Red's not doing anything. You guys are patroning? Matthew?
I'm done. I patron.
Okay.
I'm gonna take the innkeeper and heal 2 for my
Getting some
champion.
strange background noise all of a sudden. All right. District 2. Matthew. This is recharged.
Taking ore.
Or you're doing that.
Change the action real quick. On the food.
I'm just going to get a skill. I'm ready to resolve.
I'm good.
All right. I'm getting a skill.
I'm also going to buy 1 extra ore, so I'll buy 2. I'll buy 1.
I'm going to buy food while I can for 3.
Phase 3, I'm going to go for a quest.
Phase 3 quest. Jared?
I'm just gonna pass. Actually, no, sorry. Take that back. I'm gonna go for influence.
I'm going to get an additional Mana Stone. All right. And the 4th and final? If we're ready for it.
Yep. Going to conquer once again.
Ooh.
I'm going to move adventure. Oh,
Also gonna conquer as well.
okay. So let's say you did that, and then I move adventured. Any other places?
Not me.
All
No, I'm
right.
good.
So red player is on upgrade. They're upgrading to tier 3 on Jungali, which will get them 2 additional loyalty, bringing red up to 10. I'd say, considering there wasn't a ton of interaction outside of that first siege, I like that normal Nemesis has stayed basically neck and neck with the middle pack there for most of the game. I'm move adventuring. I'm going to move down here to Curiopia. And I have to pay 1 food to do that. And I am adventuring, so I'm going to roll my special die, which is a big fat 6, and I have 4 intellect, meaning I get 2 items. So I have a glass there. I'm going to get this because it is a material, fiber. And I guess these are both glass. That's a shame. I'm just going to take this one. All right. I'm ready to do stuff.
I'm gonna pay a food to go to Tide Cove, settle there with my spare settlement. So I'll get 2 loyalty for that.
I'm also going to immediately place the settlement I have here on Curiopia just so that we can see what the state of things looks like.
And then as an action, I'm gonna take a upgrade settlement for 2 ore.
Ooh,
Upgrade that settlement there.
that's pretty good. How much is ore right now? 4? Ooh,
Just go up by 2, I believe.
Jared, great call out. I have exactly 4 coins. I'm also going to buy 1 ore, which I now have 2, and I'm going to pay to upgrade settlements.
Nice.
Do I have any that are worth 2? No. So I'm going to upgrade this one. But well worth for 1 additional loyalty. Right at the end of the tracker there. All right. Stuff happens.
Conquering.
Conquering.
Could someone roll? Could someone roll the attack
Yeah.
for the
Well, hang on a
doctor?
second here. I have an effect first. I'd like to invest in a tier 2 Empire tech where I have interplanar portal, which immediately grants me 1 upkeep. Sorry, 1 loyalty. So I have made it to 20 loyalty. And I'm going to use interplanar portal to exhaust this card, fetch any purple creature. I may apply tamed to it and deploy it anywhere for no cost. So I am for sure going to fetch the Abyssal Basilisk. And I'm going to deploy it as an enemy in Matthew's encounter zone for the photo finish.
All right. Well, I'm committed to this conquer action. So let's see how we do. So please roll the faceless doll attack.
We got a 4.
Right.
Faceless Doll is crushing on poisons.
Yeah. All right, and now Abyssal Basilisk rolls an attack.
Oof.
Void Eye. Well, that 3 damage is enough to finish me off. No, it's not. Sorry. It's just 3 damage.
Yeah. It is also amnesia. So you can no longer use tactics.
Okay. I'm gonna kill this doll. I'm striking the doll. Please roll its resist.
Jared, you want to roll it?
Sorry. It's the only recipe you could do something this evil.
Oh,
All right, finally.
he's done it.
Killed the doll. That's all I cared about. I got my
He's done it.
2 renown plus 1 bonus for the being on that first slot. Now we go to round 2, and yeah, last round of the game, might as well fight. So
Yeah, right?
please roll the attack for the basilisk.
Ooh, he
Oh, that was
misses.
lucky.
Ooh.
You did get an
I
extra
do take-
damage for poison.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I'm on my last legs, so don't think I have a path to victory here with poison. So I'm just gonna throw in the towel and not do my attack and just retreat.
Tactical
So
retreat.
that
What
the
if
last, yeah, the last
I offer
poison
to use
won't.
my recovery potion for you,
Whoa.
just as a final attempt? What do you think?
I think it's out of character for how you've been playing.
I'll tell you what, I'm going to use a potion of my own in the form of Noxious Flask to apply an additional poison to your smuggler.
Okay, thanks for that. My smugglers had a rough decade.
He's been out there for 10 years talking to the faceless doll.
Yeah, he's
And it
having a rough time.
shows. It shows. But you know what? He did defeat the doll in the end.
Yeah, he did. He had some redemption. Anyway, upgrading the empire, getting at least one loyalty to 9. Crucially, unlocking a settlement, placing the settlement on Azure Fall for 3 loyalty. 1, 2, 3. Still not near enough. Um, so I think we could reveal the teams now, yeah?
Yeah,
Yeah.
if we go to our truncated end step for the final decade that does not include a coronation or anything, we can simply reveal. And I was an ally of justice. And we can see that the radical was a consort of chaos along with Matthew. So the good characters win this round, it looks like.
I don't know if
Yeah,
poisoning
so
somebody is good, but sure.
just to explain the way it works, because Red and I were on a team, we add together our loyalty, and because Green and Purple were on a team, they add together their loyalty, and whoever has the sum total most wins the game. So
Yes.
good game, guys.
So
Yeah, good game.
congratulations, we've accrued the most loyalty of the people. And hey, listen, it's not important who had the most points, right? Look at the state of this map after Decade 5. This is, for everybody's reference, if this is the first game of Ascendancy you're watching, 5 decades is kind of what we consider the baseline for a complete game, where, as you could see in the last 2 turns, the last 2 decades there, we could have gone in for stuff like Tier 3 technologies, and the game can kind of go up a whole nother level in terms of what your build is able to do at that point. You noticed I deployed a really powerful creature against Matthew to kind of trick him into battling something that I knew he wasn't going to be able to do. And if we played another decade or two, or heaven forbid we went all the way up to the maximum, then everybody has access to a ton of crazy effects like that, and the games get really wacky. But it looks like we've done our full 4 players, 3 human players, 5 decade game. I'm counting 1 hour and 42 minutes on our video here. So congratulations, everybody.
All right, thanks for the game.
Thanks for playing. Check out Ascendancy Underworld, the expansion to this game, which is live right now on Kickstarter. Thank you for joining us, Jared. We miss you. We love you. We'll see you very soon.
Thanks for having me.
Take care, everybody.